Hello, Crafty Journaler. Welcome to the Crafty Journaler. My name is Sarah, and this is the Crafty Journaler. And this is my channel where I do a lot of fun crafts for junk journaling. And sometimes I do other stuff pertaining to junk journaling. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notification bell and let a friend know that we're here. That way we could grow this channel together. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some stuff that I've been doing these last couple of days, just trying to work through my journals that I've been working on, which are my 90s themed journals. I am officially over with one of them, and I am halfway done with the other one. But as I was working on that one, more things came into mind that I wanted to add to the other one, so I went back to it. I edited that one a little bit, and now I am back to my original, or the second journal that I'm working on. And I also was doing some fun original kind of paper ephemera to do for my journals, because I do also like it. I do also enjoy making ephemera, original ephemera, like actual either printable um, printable papers that I make on Canva, or I also tried to do an experiment with like different ways of dyeing paper and stuff like that. And I actually did put a quick short yesterday. I wasn't able to actually record this process because I did this in my dining room area because that's where I have more space. And but I was able to do like a little picture step by step situations, and I actually posted that up in my Instagram account. So if you would like to check that out, I'll post up my handle here and try to link it somehow in the description so that you can check out my Instagram. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that, and at the end I ended up using um, some some of the leftovers and created slime because I actually used shaving cream to create some fun marbled paper. And the marbled paper was so fun to make. Honestly, it was the first time I made it. And there were learning curves in there. There were certain things that at first didn't come out looking super great or anything, but once I got the handle of it, I mean, I made some pretty cool patterns in the paper, and all I used was printed like printer paper, shaving cream, and food coloring. And to wipe off, I used a napkin. But I've seen people use like rulers or sticks that are flat. I've seen people use cardboard. So really, it's what you would think would work best for you. When I did it, not a lot of the shaving cream was on here, so I didn't really feel like I needed to use the the ruler or a stick to remove it, or cardboard or anything like that. But I did feel like I needed to wipe some of it off with a napkin. So I just grabbed a napkin, and then I ended up wiping off some of that. And I mean, again, I had some few moments of like, oh, what was that? I don't necessarily hate that it happened because I feel like things like this gave it character, but next time I'll try different ways to do it. So again, I have a step-by-step picture follow through thing on in my Etsy account. I'm sorry, not Etsy, in my Instagram account. So if you would like to check that out, you could totally jump on over there and give me a follow. I actually don't have a lot of followers over there, so if you have the chance to, please go follow my Instagram account for the Crafty Journaler. It's under the same handle. It's going to be more of a picture and small clips type of thing. But yeah, so if you would like to follow me over there, go ahead and do so. I did start working with my marbled paper. I started off with the ones that I was not super in love with, or that, again, learning curve paper. You know how, like, pancake. This is my pancake paper right here. And but I ended up being able to create some cool little things with them, and they're already in my journal, so you'll eventually be able to see them once we have the journal flipped through. But I also created some fun weaved cards here, and it's basically creating your own original paper using scraps and using, like, maybe paper that you're not super in love with, and you could create some backs for ephemera or bases for ephemera. And you could do this in mass. You could do this in just when you're brainstorming and stuff like that, because there's really no rhyme or reason. So I thought it would be really cool to make one with you guys on here. And it's really super easy. It is time consuming, so we'll do a smaller one instead of doing the big ones that I make usually, which are like I think this one is a 4.5 by 6.5. So this one's 4.5 by 6.5, and then this one is a 8 tall and 4.5 wide. This one is 5 by 7. So I usually do make, like, pretty big ones, but we'll try to make some that are a little bit smaller, maybe like an index sized card or something like that. So you're gonna need strips of scraps. I usually keep these because I do stuff like this. I also like lay them down in just a straight line and create pattern like that. So I usually try to keep most of these, but when I work on my scraps and if I don't have use for them, or if I know there's no way I'm actually going to be using that later on, I do try to let them go. And what I do is I do recycle paper on my own, especially scraps that are smaller than or less than a size. I don't think you're supposed to throw, like, little pieces of scraps of paper into your recycling bin. I don't think that's proper. I might be wrong with that. I feel like I've read somewhere something like that. So what I do is I recycle them on my own, and I make my own, like, paper and stuff like that. So then I'll just put it aside, gather a good amount of paper, and then I recycle paper and make my own paper. This is actually part of that. So again, going back to the project that we're going to do right now, we're going to need some strips, we're going to need glue, and we're going to need a little bit of patience, because again, it does take a little bit of time and it can be a little time consuming. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the height that we would like, or the length that we would like. I want to say that we're going to try to do a 4 by 3, because that's a smaller canvas, and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay our longer piece, and then we're going to grab our glue, and we're going to start laying some paper on there. So we're going to start with this one, and we're going to put this one under our big one here, like so. And I do try to use a guide of some sort, just to try to make sure that we keep everything straight and it's not all like crooked and lopsided. It just helps with the final look of it. And then we're gonna be doing another one. So we'll grab another piece of paper, and then this one we are going to put on the top. So we'll put a little bit of glue. Okay. And then we're gonna grab another piece of paper, and again goes in the bottom. Okay. And then you're just gonna alternate. So you're gonna put one in the bottom, one on top, one in the bottom, one on top, one in the bottom, one on top, until you get to the length that you want. So let me go ahead and do that off camera, just because again it's a little long and tedious, and then we'll be back to do the next part. So now that we have done the first line, or the first set, which is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now we're going to be doing the weaving. So what we're going to be doing is the ones that are in the bottom, we're going to fold up. And this is just the way I do it. You could literally weave them in there. For me, that was a little bit harder to do. So this is what I ended up doing. And it honestly just works better for me. So this is how I do it. And then what I do is I grab the next paper that I want to put in there, and then what I'll do is I will set it up where I am going to make sure it gets glued down, and then I will add a little bit of glue at the beginning. And a little bit of glue at the bottom. One. And then I'll hold it down as good as I can. And then I will add a little bit glue in this side and try to keep it nice and like secure, tight. So, and then I turn it around, and I'm going to do the same thing for this side. So I am going to lift and then add a little bit of glue. And it's not a lot, it's just enough to keep it nice and secure, because we're folding that and it's going to create some bubbling if we don't make sure that we continuously keep it tight, which is something that happened to me the first couple of times that I was doing this method, as you can see right here, because I didn't add glue in between. So this was kind of a learning as I go process. So once we did do that, we then do it again. We're gonna lift the opposite side and the ones that are in the bottom, and leave the ones that are on top. we're gonna grab a strip of paper that we're gonna use, and we're going to add some glue here, some glue here, and then we're going to add our paper, and making sure it's nice and tight. And then we're gonna add some glue, glue, glue. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna stop right here after we glue this down, and then we'll start to create our index card shape. So there we go. So now we have this funny looking thing, and this is what we created with our weaving pattern. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the excess. So we'll grab our scissors and just follow the line. And then we're going to do the same on this side. And we're going to be doing the same on the last side. Okay, so anything that you think you won't be using at this point, you would be placing it in your recycling bin or trash bin, whatever you prefer to use. Like I said, I do make my own paper, so I usually keep it for recycling unless I'm able to use it. So once we get here, what I would do is I would grab my index card. Which, where did I leave them? ¿Dónde están? Aquí están. Okay. I found them. So it's just the Dollar Tree ones. They're super flimsy. So sometimes it'll be a good idea to back them with something to create some, I don't know if sturdiness. There we go. That would be the word. To create some sturdiness to it. So we're gonna place it on our base here. And the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna be doing it with our glue stick. So just grabbing my glue book that I'm using at the moment. And now we're going to try to get it on here. So once we have it on our back, this is where we're going to clean up our lines. So you're going to grab your ruler. You're going to grab your cutter or X-Acto knife or craft knife, whatever you want to call it. You're going to try to follow the line of the index first because you are trying to make this look nice and straight and even. So we have that. And then we have our cute little weaved index card. And now you could round your corners, which is something that I love to do with most of my index style ephemera or even tags and bookmarkers. And then your other option would be at this point, you could go ahead and sew it all around. You could then embellish it further. You could create just a whole lot of fun, different things. And I think as far as our video goes, we're going to go ahead and stop it right here today. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all those fun things help the YouTube algorithm put my stuff out there so that I could potentially grow this channel and we could grow it together. So don't forget to do that. And before you go, maybe check out one of the other two videos that are going to pop up right on this side of the video and see if maybe you'll be interested in watching one of those. The more videos you watch of my channel, the more YouTube will promote my channel. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some fun ideas for your junk journals, and we'll call that a wrap. Bye.